Andy Good with the Good Life YouTube channel, and today we're going over different types of knots to use in the wilderness at the 2025 Georgia Bushcraft Spring Campout.
Of the mountains, it features buckskin and tassels.
Who wants to see him go actually try it on? Raise their hand.
Guys, thanks to our model Casey Deming, and thanks to Melanie of Mel of the Mountains for generously donating this buckskin bikini top. I'm going to give this buckskin bikini top right now to Jamie Moore. Jamie Moore, ticket number 48746. I think it's going to look a lot better on her than Casey Deming. You may disagree with me, but give it over, Casey. It's time to turn it over to its new owner. Guys, let's give it up for our winner and our model, Jamie and Casey. Congratulations.
We're going to do what is called a Canadian jam knot. If you've been around here for a weekend, you may have seen this. I have. Someone yesterday called it an arbor knot, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to think of it. So to get started with this, why do we need this knot? This knot is a really good way to lash some poles together. Whether it's in a tripod, in a square lashing, something that's quick and dirty, that isn't a full lashing. We can get in here and wrap these guys, and get them to make a lashing, whether it's a tripod, square lashing, whatever. However, I've seen that this knot has been more of a bushcraft thing. That's why I think it's important. Until today, I was like, I know this is a thing, but it's not that important. All right, so we're going to start by creating an overhand knot on the end of our rope. This is the jam part of the knot. So the first knot you tie in your shoe, bend it over, throw it in there. Everybody can do this, all right? No big deal. We're gonna do that 3 more times, maybe 2, but we'll see. So this is super easy. I'm just gonna go around these poles, and let's do it this way, just for shiggles. All right, so we're here, and we're gonna go around this standing end. and then we're gonna ignore it. It doesn't exist anymore. We're just gonna mess with these guys here. So what that looks like, right? So if we take this and go around, all I want this guy to be loose. We're only gonna tie these guys here, okay? So ignore that one for now. We just need to go around it. Then we're gonna tie another overhand knot, just like we did. Cross, under and through, and that's all there is to it. Now there is one little trick. These two ropes here are nice and neat and parallel. See these two guys here? Those are nice and neat and parallel. Come out together and see how now they have a piece in between them?
Yeah.
And they're kind of crossing. So, the only difference is, this guy is under this one. Now I'm gonna bring it over this one. That's all the difference is. All right, so we're gonna keep going, but we're gonna come back. So now that we're here, we're just gonna pull the tension. We're gonna bring it back a little bit to now kind of ratchet it together. Now we can sit here and tighten the mess out of this guy, okay? But it might not stay there, okay? It's gonna be pretty close, and it's gonna be really quick. You can tie a whole bunch of these together. You can make a bed. You can make other types of lashings. This will get these two guys together pretty quickly. So I'm gonna cut this, but the idea now is after we tighten this guy down, we're actually gonna slip this under here. And after we do that, this guy is tightened. I'm gonna pinch it just so it doesn't come undone. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna tie that same knot one more time. Again, we're gonna ignore the tight one. Bring it over, bring it through. And as we do that, we're gonna try to bring it and close it in on this guy here. And the only way to get that undone is now to cut it. That's it. So I'm gonna do this with a little more diagonal this time, and knowing that after I'm done tying it, let's say I want to make a sled, whether that's a sled for a bed, a sled for carrying more stuff, whatever it may be, from point A to point B, drag something along, a person, exactly. So I'm gonna tie it here, but the deal is that after I tie it, I'm actually gonna spin it to get ready for my second one. I'm not gonna do all these. Do my second one. That's really gonna tighten the crap out of this guy. All right, so we're just gonna loosen this a little bit, but it'll be the same no matter how you want to do this. All right, so one more time. We're gonna take this guy here, and again, this is the Canadian jam knot. All right, so we're just gonna tie overhand knot. If anyone ever says just tie a knot on it, that's what that is. It has a name. All right, so we're gonna go into here, and we're just gonna cross our intersection with our sticks. All right, so again, we're gonna do that knot one more time, and what it's gonna look like is this, right? But we're gonna do that around this guy. See how I'm just laying it in there, and I'm totally ignoring it now. And then we're gonna tie our second overhand knot. Okay?
Hold on, which way did you do that?
That's okay, here we go. So I'm here.
Okay.
I'm gonna just lay this in there because I'm ignoring it.
Over.
Now I've got my two ropes, same ones. I'm just gonna go over and through, just tie the same knot once again. All right, so we're gonna go ahead a little bit. I'm gonna back up so everybody can see a little more.
Thank you.
So we're here. I'm gonna tighten this guy, just like that. We're gonna start to pull our slack out of the knot, out of the rope. And you can ratchet it back and forth like that if you like. You can see my jam knot is sliding toward the sticks here. And as I do that, that's gonna jam together. Okay? So now we're gonna just tie it off. Now you could probably tie an overhand knot and get pretty close, but what I like to do is actually sneak it under in between any parts of the lashing that we have here. So I'm just gonna bring this through. Then guess what? We're gonna tie the overhand knot one more again, okay?
So which side would...
So quick and dirty, I'll show you before we get started here. That is a square knot. It has these two bites that intersect. I didn't tie them with the two bites, but I did tie them to make the two bites. What it looks like when we're incorrect is this. See how that does not look nearly as pretty. This is what's called a granny knot. If I pull on this guy, it comes undone. That's why if you tie your shoes wrong, That's usually what happens. You get a 50-50 shot. Granny knot, square knot. Right here. That's how I do. So, square knot, right over left. I call it under and through, but whatever. And then left over right, under and through. Okay? If you're left-handed, fine. Left over right, right over left. As long as it mirrors and backs itself up, it's fine. So you want to bring them together.
Take 2 ends.
Makes a nice little butt, if you will. The idea for a square knot, other than tying your shoes correctly, is to join a rope that is the same size. So if you have 2 pieces of rope that are the same size, this is perfect for joining those together. Would I do this and try to climb on it with a rope like that? Ain't no way. But, general scenario, perfect for tying 2 ropes together of the same size. All right, we have 2 ropes that are different sizes. I've got a retired climbing rope here, and I've got some accessory cord. I forget what size. I don't really care. Small. I know it's different. All right, so for this rope, this is going to be called a sheet bend. This is for joining 2 ropes of different sizes. Clearly, 2 different sizes. You can use the same size, it'll be fine. Just use both ends. Pretend you have 2 different ropes in your hands. So, rope 1, we're going to make a bight of rope. Okay, this is a bight, this is a loop. If you do this over a round object, it's called a bend. But for right now, it's just a bight of rope. Grab it, forget about the rest of it. All I want to do is have this. I like to lay this flat, because if I lay it flat, it gives me some sort of orientation. This is the bottom, this is the top. I go from top to bottom, I go from bottom to top. Makes sense to me. So we're going to take our smaller rope, in your case the other end, and we're going to go up from the bottom. We'll go around the entire thing as I'm working towards my hand. And then this guy kind of made a nice little X for us. I'm going to go straight through that X. I'm not going to go back through my bigger rope, back through my bight. I'm just going to go back straight through that X. And that's how they look when we're done. Yep, bingo. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to a clove hitch. Clove hitch is a super awesome knot. It's kind of a knot that can build upon other knots, if you will. And it's very similar to other knots like a 2-half hitch, taut line hitch. Yeah, and we're gonna get to those too. So we're gonna do those here in a second. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a stick or your friend's arm. You can follow along or follow me first, whatever you want to do. I like to think that the clove hitch has this dividing line. That whatever I do on the left side of this now rope, I'm gonna do on the right side. Okay, it has a mirror, if you will. Right, a dividing line right here. I draft. I add lines and I mirror one side and the object the other. To me, this makes sense. So we're gonna throw a rope. That's never happened. Our rope over our stick here, and I'm gonna either go to the right or the left side. So I'm gonna go to my right side. It can be your left. It doesn't matter. And then as we come back over to the other side, since we just did this on one side, now we're gonna do it on the other. To get there, we have to make this cross. This cross is important because as I come around from the other side, I want to go right through that cross. That makes the clove hitch. Okay, so for the clove hitch, we're gonna toss our rope over with a loop here. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pretend for a second this piece of rope right here is that stick.
He's gonna show you.
Okay. It's a very floppy stick, but it's a stick. And we're gonna do the same motions. We're gonna cross over, go back through that X, and that is our clove hitch on our rope, aka 2 half hitches. Okay. Ignore that it's not getting tight on the climbing rope. I just want something big so everybody can see. This obviously does not work on a piece of rope.